So I recently got into manga, and yeah, I started off really strong with a certain manga that I hope nobody reads. It's a few videos ago. I'll probably link it in the description. Yeah, it was absolutely terrible, but I came upon 3 manga that I think are the big 3 of manga. Yeah, it's not Naruto, Dragon Ball, Luffy, or Bleach. It is Vinland Saga, Vagabond, and Berserk. Yeah, pretty strong stories. Always have a common theme of art changes, emotion in the art, and just overall just how good the story is. But yeah, let's get into my first one. That's right. The first manga on the big 3 is Vinland Saga. Cry about it in the comments. It is my least favorite out of all of the ones on here right now. I have 2 more coming up, and that you will be like, okay, I understand why it's the least of the favorite. The other 2 are on a whole nother level. But before I get to the main topic of this, I have a rant to go on that definitely does not pertain to the manga. People hating the season 2. Listen, do you want your characters to grow? I do. I really do. That whole entire second season, it may just be farming and the end some action, but still, I think that was the most impactful season of Vinland Saga. Besides for that first, season where he says, "I'll kill you on the boat," and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm just gonna move past that and move on to the actual topic. I have a few notes here. I would like just to mention the cool art of the series. The art is just so impactful. What really shines to me is the way they do the faces, and just like it shows the pure emotion on people's faces, especially in the scene where he goes, "I'll kill you," or one of the saddest scenes is when, Escalade dies and Thorfinn's left with nothing. But I feel like the art in this whole entire manga has changed. Like, I'll probably bring up a picture, or maybe, I don't know, future editor, we'll see if he actually does anything. But I feel like the art change and then the emotion I'm getting through the art really shows me that the manga was taking itself seriously, and I really like that about it. I think though, but first I should probably give the description of the story. It's gonna be a really bad description, but I think it should help a bit if those who haven't watched it or read it. You probably have watched it. Vinland Saga's been up there for a while. It's a story of revenge for a kid whose father was killed in front of him, like on a boat and stuff like that. It's just a path of revenge. A basic revenge story, not really. It changes in the second season, spoiler alert. But yeah, I feel like that had to be said. There's the message at the start of the season that changes to into the second season, where it's a path of redemption instead of revenge. I think I'll move on to the saddest moment of the series, which I'm pretty sure, I don't know, the saddest moment could either be Thor's dying, which we saw him for like 3 episodes, and I was like, holy hell, that was very sad. Or when Escalade died in Thorfinn's eyes. That's the most emotional scene I've ever seen in my whole entire life. It's just like his eyes when he looks at him and he goes, like, he's just empty. He's dead. There's nothing he can do. Then he cuts Canute's face and stuff like that. But I feel like that scene really showed the other side of Thorfinn. The child side of Thorfinn, especially in like season 1. He's not even like 15 yet, I think. I think he's like 14 or 13 in this first season. It's showing that he is an actual kid instead of like throughout the whole entire first season where he's just slaughtering people with just a plain look on his face, an angry look, just to get revenge on Escalade. I'm probably going to move on to the happy scene now, because why not? Why would I not? The happiest scene, I think, in my personal opinion, this could be anybody else's opinion if they want it to be. Like, I don't have anything against it. My personal opinion is the happiest scene is when he finally meets his mother again. Not his sister. His sister beats the crap out of him when he first meets him. But yeah, no, that whole entire scene where he boards the dock and then he goes looking for his family again after being away for like, I don't know, 12 years, 10 years, 14, or 15. Not too sure. Don't know when he left. I should have done my research for this. But when he finally meets his mother and she says, "You look so much like Thor," I was like, oh, That's so sad but happy at the same time, and I feel like that really caught me on the manga. Well, what caught me on the manga was his revenge story, don't get me wrong, but that end scene was like, I want to read further, but I have to follow my rule. If I'm watching an anime, I cannot read ahead on the manga. I already have Jujutsu Kaisen ruined for me. I can't keep bringing it up, but it ruined it for me. It ruined it. Enough of Jujutsu Kaisen. Not like it's the best manga of all time. Not like I actually fangirl over Toji Fushiguro. Not at all, I promise. But we should move on to the actual topic of this, the emotional message of Vinland Saga. It's about escaping violence and finding peace. Finding peace in yourself and a whole bunch of other things. The most impactful scene in all of Vinland Saga, like, period, end of sentence, when he says that he has no enemies, following right after his father, Thor's. I think this scene really set the tone for the rest of the series. I would love to read on. I don't know if it's getting a season 3. Leave it down in the comments if it is. But yeah, let's move on to our next, big 3. This one's gonna have a lot of people. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this one was a deep read and that really killed me on the inside, but let's move on to it. Yes, that is correct. We have Berserk at our number 2. I know it's my big 3, but, if I had to rank them, it would go Vinland Saga, Berserk, and then the next one is the best, but Berserk, I think, is far better than Vinland Saga, in my personal opinion. If you have a different opinion, leave it down in the comments. I'm going to explain the plot, some of my favorite moments, some of my least favorite moments, or like just bad moments, and then, I got this plot off of online, because you heard my other plot if you listened to the video. It was not the best. I'll be honest, it was very, very bad, but hopefully this one's better. The plot of Berserk follows the story of Guts, a mercenary warrior who joins the Band of the Hawk, led by an ambitious Griffith, where he fights alongside them in brutal battles, but his life takes a dark turn when he is betrayed by Griffith, leading him into a quest of revenge against forces of fate and demonic entities. Yeah, so I really liked the series going into it, and it got worse and worse as they went on. It was very bad. I'll also tell you, keep in mind, I made a rule for myself since I didn't really read any of these completely. I knew some of these from their anime. The last one I knew from just everybody talking about it. I made a rule that I was only going to read 100 chapters in. This one I read to about 130 because I was really interested in it. But I will only mention the 100 chapters. So a little bit after the eclipse, which is, let's not. I can't even show anything by YouTube on that. That was bad, really bad. Some of my favorite moments of the series. Yeah, this one's a little bit controversial. This one is pretty bad. But when Griffith and Guts fought for the second time, that exchange of one sword swing, where Guts just broke his sword in half, was just a beautiful way to really show the difference in their strength as they were going on. But I really didn't like the path that Guts left. Oh, I get why he left and stuff like that. But yeah, if Guts wouldn't have left, none of this would have happened. It's pretty simple. This series is not for the faint of heart, though. Your favorite members of the Band of Hawk will die. Yeah, I'm spoiling it. It's been out since 1998. If you haven't read it or watched it, you're at a loss. But, I really came onto this through the movies. I first watched the movies. They were just as mentally scarring as what this one was. Not as bad as the one I read. Guts, I'm rooting for him. The indomitable human spirit himself. But I think we all know my least favorite part of the series, or the most scarring part of the series, the eclipse.
Yeah, I'm sure that everybody knows about the eclipse. It's kind of the big thing. Um, yeah, that whole entire scene was messed up, but I did really like the story. It was very nice. I liked the build up to when Guts finally came back. Another one of my favorite moments is when he became the 100-man Slayer. That whole entire scene was amazing. My fingers are still crossed for another season, or just a new series of Berserk coming out, even though it probably won't happen until I'm 50. But yeah, I can't really say much on this one because I looked at YouTube guidelines and there's a lot I can't mention. But I really like this one, and not more than the next one. You'll see why, but this one is definitely going to be one that I continue to read. Not like Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga is hard to read for me, but this one I would definitely read on and hopefully finish. We'll move on to our next one, but yeah, moving on to our next one, we have... Yes, that is correct. My favorite and the best out of the big three, in my opinion, is Vagabond. Vagabond is really just one of those that you can sit there, look at, read, and just really feel. You know, I found myself captured by the emotion of the author. Yeah, the author, Takehiko Inoue. Yeah, he's the guy who made Slam Dunk and all that. But I'm not even going to, spoil you with the plot or anything like that. I'm going to give you my favorite scenes, just a few of them, and, I'm just going to explain to you why I think that this should be why this is the best of the big three. I decided when I made this video I wasn't going to script any of the explanations I had. That's why I probably sound like a rambling idiot. Anybody who made it here to the end, leave me an ooga booga down in the comments. But I think Vagabond is one of those that, will never end up dying. It's just a timeless piece of art. That's the only way I can really explain that manga. It's just art. Pure art. I can feel the emotion when the main character realizes something or when he loses, I can feel it through the pages on the screen. I don't have it on paper copy. I will be getting that soon. But I can just feel them through the scene. I think that, the story is good. It's not one of those manga that really, drag it on, it really just gets to the point, and it does it in a clever way as well. I really just look at it, I read it. This is one of those that, of course, I read Vinland Saga for 100 chapters, I read Berserk for 130. This one I'm still reading right now as I'm recording. I literally hopped off reading it just to do this final segment of the video. I'm on, I think, chapter 150 something, and I'm still going with it. But I think that the reason why I think it's the best is it really just tackles what it was like back then and really focuses on the main point. There's no, side stories. It builds a story, and it really just creates a whole new... I don't really know how to explain it, it's just really good. It's just that effect, the Takeo Inoue effect, or whatever it's called. But I will now move on to some of my favorite scenes from this manga. I'm gonna give you two, and then I won't spoil the rest. I do suggest you go read it. But yeah, let's get into it. The first of the two that I'm gonna show you, I'm even hesitant to even show manga panels from this manga because I want you guys to read it so much. But when the main character, Miyamoto Musashi, his first name is a little harder to pronounce. I'll just go with Miyamoto Musashi. But I think one of my favorite scenes is when he goes to fight the invincible swordsman. And he ends up sneaking into the house, and he's going to kill the man in his sleep. The man wakes up, and all Miyamoto Musashi can say, or ask, is that, what does it mean to be invincible? And that question is really just, a hard question to answer, and the invincible swordsman answers him with invincible is just a word, and it hit me so hard in this scene that I really couldn't do anything about it. I had to sit there and think about it for a while. It was just really impactful and emotional to me, and yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those scenes that you're like, wow, that you really have to think, like Thorfinn's "I have no enemies" scene. It just really hits you. The next scene is when he has to fight a monk on a temple, one of the strongest, but he runs into his dad. Not really his dad, just an image, because he's going to sneak in and kill him in his sleep. That's a recurring theme, but his dad tells him that he's going to die, or that he's weak. And then Miyamoto Musashi, instead of going in to kill him anyways, he takes the high road and he refuses his dad. He moves past his father that didn't like him or anything like that. It's just one of those scenes that you're like, wow, you can really see the growth in the character of who you're watching. So, what's your big three? If you disagree with me, leave it down in the comments. Tell me about it, explain it to me, and then maybe I'll make a video on it. I've been really wanting to do a video where I read your guys' suggestions, manga, manhwa, or watch anime or anything like that. But, if I earned your guys' subscription or, a like, please do so. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and adios, amigos.